How's everybody out there in YouTube land? I hope this finds you well. Lord have mercy, here we are. I don't know what the cornbread hell is going on with the fireworks. I think we're at war with Ohio or something. It's going on here like something crazy, and the house is shaking and everybody running for their lives. I'm getting ready to fire back.
A lot of big booms. My dog is going deaf, so I don't think that's a problem at the Haas house anymore. But yeah, yep.
Well, it will be if she feels the percussions from that stuff. They can feel the vibrations off of it.
Yeah, if there's a flash of light, instant scared. Like like heat lightning, that they'll just go like real bright, right under the bed. But usually the fireworks are off in the distance and they don't put too much light into the house. So we're okay there. But yeah, 'tis the season.
I feel sorry for all of the feral cats and stuff in this area, that have to go through all that banging and clattering and, don't know when they're going to get hit by something. And then mean people that want to try to terrorize the animals with that kind of stuff. That disturbs me.
Well, a couple more days and it'll be behind us.
We got to hope that when the 4th of July comes and goes that they stop. Usually it goes on here for about a week after the 4th of July. And I'm already so sick of it. They started the 1st of June here with it. And I'm like, good golly, can't we just, narrow this down to a couple days and, be done with it? Why do we all have to have our blood pressure raised and have to increase our nerve medication?
Some people like it.
Yes, they certainly do. I don't know if they do this over there where you're at or not, but about the middle of June, all these little fireworks places start cropping up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every little vacant building seems to have a little fireworks store pop up in it.
And our state is a little bit more relaxed than most. So once you get to the outskirts of the states, all the permanent year-round fireworks stores pop up because people will slink across into Pennsylvania, buy them, and then go back to Delaware or Maryland or wherever it is they're coming from.
Yeah, it's the same thing here in Indiana. We've got Shelton's that's down at Richmond, Indiana, which is right on the Ohio line down there. And so people from Ohio come up to Shelton's and load up on their fireworks and stuff.
But in the interior of the state, every big parking lot has a big white tent with fireworks in it. And Costco has the big $130 box crate of fireworks that you can buy.
Yeah, they have a fireworks tent up at the Walmart this year. That tent went up there, and I kept wondering, what are they going to put in that tent? What's the big deal about that? And then they put in the fireworks thing up there. That's what we need. One more. We've already got about 4 of them, and we need one more. Yeah, let's do that.
I get it. People like the big bada booms.
I'd be totally happy if they just outlaw that. I don't mind them having the big fireworks show, that each town puts on. And here we've got 3 towns that are in fairly close proximity. So one's doing it Friday, one Saturday, and one Sunday, and I thought everybody should be able to get their belly full of fireworks. If they go to all 3 of them shows, that should be plenty for everybody.
You would think.
Take your little box of sparklers, and go to your fireworks show and, wave your little sparkler around, watch fireworks go off. And then Sunday night, it's all over with.
I got my fill of fireworks at the AA baseball games around my house. They used to have flat screens and fireworks Fridays, and they would give away 7 flat screen TVs during, in between the innings, most innings. They would have these giveaways, and I would always enter, and I would never get a TV, but then we'd see the fireworks. My buddy did win. He did win on the last week of the promotion of one particular city. Now they have fireworks Fridays, but no flat screen giveaway. I'm like, oh. But yeah.
Well, we got few people out there in the chat, it looks like.
All right.
Frenzy Wicked Truth is out there, and Jim Bashir stopped in, and then he said that he'd have to go because he's having dinner with the kids or something tonight.
Okay.
And then
I hope he dropped a like on his passing through.
Mrs. Mitchell Loom Knitter is in the house, and Rich Vibes is out there. Hello, hello, hello. Howdy.
If we need any DJ music, Rich can hook us up.
He can play the music that's a background for the fireworks. All that patriotic music. Yeah, here in this town that I live in, when they have their fireworks show, the local radio station does the background music for the fireworks. So they encourage everybody, tune into the radio channel while you're watching the fireworks so that you get the background music with it.
I see. That's pretty clever.
So
pretty clever.
Yeah. Oh, Frenzy likes my hat. Here it is, 4th of July. I got like 3 different styles of 4th of July hats I've accumulated over the years. And so I figured, well, you can't you could wear them any time of year, but, they really just kind of fit in at 4th of July time. So I put on a hat tonight.
Awesome. I like it. Very nice, Brenda.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. Has it been hot over at your house?
Yes, it did rain and it kind of broke. So it dropped back down to normal. What is it now? 74. So that's it. But it was 90, 95, 90. Yeah, it was hot.
I about had a heat stroke the other day. I was out trying to do some stuff and I thought it had cooled down enough that I'd be able to take it, but the humidity is what got me. And I thought I was going to pass out. I had to quit. And that just took the wind out of my sails. But it's been hotter than a spoon over at Hunter Biden's apartment. I'll tell you what. There was some crickets. Well, it was hotter than the hooker's bed springs on nickel night.
Friends of Wicked Truth has a migraine. Uh-oh.
Well, that's no good. I was reading something the other day about you need more something in your diet, and I can't remember what it was now. Wish I could remember what it was.
I've never suffered from those, but I hear that it is miserable experience. It's a miserable experience.
I've had some bad headaches, but I have never had a migraine. Thank goodness.
Spoon. I was going to...
Oh, you froze up.
Yep.
You was going to what?
I was going to say something. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
You froze up there for a minute. You said I was gonna, and then
let me turn Wi-Fi off.
Then you froze up a little bit, and I couldn't hear what else you was gonna say.
All right, Wi-Fi's off. If I should not freeze up. Am I frozen now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
How's my audio coming through, everyone? Am I the same volume as Brenda?
He's so worried about his volume because he thinks that I'm gonna out howdy him or something here, and.
yours is jacked up like way high.
Well, that's just me. That's just my loud mouth. Can you believe somebody sent me that megaphone? Sent me a megaphone. Told me I was too quiet.
That's just ridiculous. No one should think you're too quiet. That even if they have just met you, they would quickly come to the conclusion that you are not too quiet.
I have a voice that carries. Like I had an uncle that you could hear him for a country mile, and I've got a voice just like his that you could just hear me forever. And I've always thought that was a good thing because I'd rather be heard than not heard.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, sometimes there's things that probably shouldn't be heard that I say, but
enunciate. Well, you see, I'm dealing with some hearing loss. So people who are dealing with hearing loss will speak louder because they can't hear themselves as good. So then everyone around them can hear the person that's going deaf just fine because they naturally speak louder. And it doesn't help that I'm surrounded by mumblers. You know, people speak up. Like I want a T-shirt that just says "Speak up" or "Talk louder." Because I mean, just when you're talking, you can hear yourself louder because you are yourself. You can hear, your ears are picking up inside your throat and outside your throat. So people think they're talking louder than they actually are. People are talking much softer than they actually are. So, and then when I say what, some people just repeat what they said at the same volume level. They don't repeat louder. So I have to stop saying what, or can you repeat yourself? I have to explicitly say, speak louder. Anyway,
I'm looking over here to see what people are saying there in the
struggles I
chat.
deal with.
Let's see. Frenzy says she's sipping on a coffee right now, and it ain't helping her headache.
Ooh, coffee. See, that's something I fell off the coffee wagon. I started drinking coffee again.
I would think that the caffeine in it probably would not help a headache. You probably would need to stay away from that. And
well, I don't know, because Goody's aspirin powder. Have you ever had that to chase headaches away? Oh my God. It is 500 milligrams of aspirin, 500 milligrams of acetaminophen, and a truckload of caffeine. And it's powdered. It comes in this little wax thing. You have to put it on your tongue. It tastes disgusting, you know, sitting on your tongue. You can't inhale when it's on your tongue, or the powder will go down in your throat and choke you. And then you have to chug water and force this crap down your throat. And it usually gives you an upset stomach because it's a truckload of medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But the headaches melt away like magic. Like in about 15 minutes, you can feel the pain just dropping out of your head.
I would think the water alone would probably help, you know, because the blood vessels, you know, you get a headache, your blood vessels are contracting.
And she says caffeine makes it better. Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's a sign of dehydration. So I would think that just drinking water would probably help a headache. It's supposed to help a lot of things. They say drink a glass of water before you go to bed to keep you from having a heart attack.
Frenzy Wicked Truth says I eat about 8 to 10 goodies a day. Wow, that's a lot of headache medicine. You got to be careful because too much acetaminophen is deadly.
Too much of anything's bad for you.
Well, especially because isn't that Tylenol? You can overdose. You can consume a lethal amount of Tylenol. Like seriously.
You can ruin your liver with some of that stuff.
Well, I know, but.
And your liver's detrimental to you living. So, you know, it's just as important as your heart. You don't want to damage any of them major organs in your body if you can keep from it.
Well, gallbladder's useless. I said bye to my gallbladder.
Yeah, you can get rid of some things, but there's some things that they got to stay. And you got to keep them in working order, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, with all the pain I live with, I have to have it. I get it. I get it. I eat a tiny snack to coat my tummy. Yeah, though no words. That's good. I've
had a lot of trouble eating in this heat because I just don't have any appetite in the heat like this. And I almost have to force myself. You know, I think, well, okay, you've been, you know, like 16 hours without any food. I think it's time for you to put a little something down on your stomach before you make yourself sick.
Hey, with this new diet, I've been eating good. Oh, and I found a new snack. It's this parm chips with almonds, pistachios, and another kind of nut, and it's all covered in this powdery deliciousness. It's so good. It's like $15 a bag.
Wow.
And I put 3 of them in my cart when I went back to Costco. And I looked at, I was like, that can't be right. I stopped. I didn't leave the checkout line. And the guy's like, is there something wrong? I'm like, did you charge me for 3 of these? And it said right on the receipt, 3 parm chips. And I'm like, it can't be that price. And I saw the individual per bag price. I was like, oh, yeah, that's that's some expensive snacks, but they're so good. So good.
Yeah, that eating healthy business, that costs you.
Oh, without a doubt. Well, I've spent thousands more on food, and I've only lost 15 pounds. So I probably spent $1,000 more in food per pound. So for $15,000, I've lost 15 pounds. I'm telling you, bread is a filling type thing. Like I went to an amusement park and I got a steak and cheese sub, but I didn't eat the bread. And I'm like, I got to go get myself some chicken strips or something like that, because the bread would have filled me up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bread is what you burn off real quick and you're just hungry again.
Yeah.
So like what I ate, I was good the rest of the day, and everyone else had to eat again a couple hours later. And I'm like, well, if you were thinking to myself, I didn't say this to anyone, but thinking to myself, if you were on my diet, you stay full longer because the bread and the carbs, that's like a quick burn. Like you eat it, it burns it, and then you're hungry again.
Yeah.
That's not the case with anyway. Having fun on the diet. It's good.
I have been eating some salads. I'll fix myself a nice big salad. Everything's fresh, and it's cold because it's been in the refrigerator. And so, that seems to kind of satisfy me. But I really haven't had much of an appetite with it being so hot. It's just, and I'm sitting in here in the air conditioning for the most part. Now, yesterday I did go out and work in the garage. That's when I got so sick, and I thought I was going to pass out. It was the humidity. The humidity was just kicking me. I've been out there for 2 hours.
Forever's here. Hello.
Hey, good to see you. Welcome. We're talking about summertime and heat and headaches and 4th of July.
Frenzy Wicked Truth has it understood there. Chuck the bun in the trash, hun, and just eat the meats and cheeses. We do. We go to Five Guys and get the burgers, but we get it wrapped in lettuce. No bun. Mm-hmm. And there's our, 2 patties, all the fixins, like a whole fistful of slop of, ketchup and relish and mustard. It's just this oozy paste of deliciousness, but no bread. It's in the lettuce. Yep, exactly. See, she said it right as I was saying it. Wrap your sandwich. Look, she wrote sandwich in a leaf of lettuce. We do, and we get romaine. Where we have a big bag of romaine lettuce here in the house, and we'll use that for stuff like that too. And I'm feeling good. I feel great.
Yeah.
This diet it's helping.
Well, other than the fact that I'm just tore up by the heat, I'm not feeling all that bad, but the humidity and the heat just kicking you constantly. If I can lay down on the couch with the air conditioner going, I'm in my element right there, And the older you get, the less of that heat you can take. I'm here to tell you. Because used to, heat didn't bother. I lived in a house. I grew up in a house, no air conditioning in it.
A lot of people, same thing. We had a window unit, but that was.
We didn't even have a window unit. We had a box fan, and you turn that box fan on, and might get in front of it every once in a while, cool down a little bit, kept going.
It just blows hot air. Luana Pierce is here. Hi, Luana.
Hey, Luana, good to see you.
Well,
but yeah, we never had air conditioning until, I was
Artfully Blind with Diana. Hello.
I was married, and it was the 2nd year of marriage that we moved into an apartment that had central air.
Oh, stepping it up.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Seattle got hit with the heat wave, and 44% of homes don't have air conditioning there. It's usually cold or mild.
Yeah.
It's never 110 degrees.
Yeah.
It's tough. And
Luann
and it
said it
was
had.
called a heat dome. There was a high pressure system over the United States keeping all the heat in. That's why it was so hot. Heat dome. It's a thing apparently.
Yeah. Luann said that they had a blackout where she's at. She's on the East Coast, and I heard that Texas, Florida, and someplace else, I forget where it was now,
Manhattan
had
had issues.
had some issues. Saturday night, I was on Russell's live stream there on his panel, and my power went out. I mean, I was on the panel, and then I wasn't on the panel. And so I got on the phone and sent him a message there in the messenger and told him that my power had gone out. I'd be back as soon as I could. And it didn't last very long. It was just, 2 or 3 minutes. And, I was able to get the computer back up and running and get back in there. But, I'm hoping that isn't a sign of things to come. That, it's just one little fluke. We've not ever really had a whole lot of problem here with the electricity. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen because, I got freezers and things here that I kind of need to keep going.
Yeah, thankfully I haven't had many issues with electricity. First of all, there's the universal power supplies everywhere. Those are the batteries inside the power strips.
Mm-hmm.
So when it does go out, 11 of them scream because they have a bell that rings that the juice is going. And then the substation is about a mile from my house. So I think we're kind of first off of it. So like if something were to happen to my house, there would be multiple neighborhoods beyond me that would have. So in other words, they fix it quick. We're not like on the very tail end. Like my father's house was the very last house. It was like the last one. And then, so anyway, but yeah, they were underground too. Like where I am, all the power lines are buried. And I think that helps with, trucks running into poles and stuff like that. But I don't have that issue. And then right outside the neighborhood, then it gets to be power poles, and then that's more susceptible.
Yeah, we got power poles here. And I'm thinking that somebody must have hit a pole the other night because right after that happened, I was hearing some sirens. So I'm thinking, well, maybe somebody hit a pole or something. I never did hear exactly why the power glitched like that. But
at my father's house, squirrels would get up on those transformers and it would sound like a shotgun blast. It was squirrels exploding, and then it would kill that big white cylinder, and then my dad's house would lose power, but it would be the only one losing power because he was last on the line. So they weren't in any hurry because it wasn't like 200 customers screaming. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah, they were just losing the revenue from one home and not a couple hundred.
Artfully Blind with Diana says, I just got a rechargeable fan to put around my neck so I can stay cool in the gym and around the house where the AC don't reach as well. Look at you. So that Diana, she's pretty smart there, Brenda.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
She's a smart cookie.
Yeah, I saw one of them things on somebody's YouTube channel the other day where somebody had sent them one, they was opening up their packages, and somebody had sent them one to keep cool with it. It had a fan on each side of it, just fit around your neck, and had a fan on each side so that you could, manipulate it wherever you needed it to be.
I like that. Squirrels exploding. That's nuts, LOL. Yeah.
I wish we had some that would explode around here. Lord, you never seen so many squirrels in all your life. It's an invasion. And I keep threatening that I'm going to go to war with them. But one year I trapped 15 of them and carted them off. And I think another 30 took their place. And since then, they've been fruitful and multiplied. And we're covered up in squirrels and cats. I think them cats would take on some of them squirrels. Some of the cats are pretty big around here.
Speaking of squirrels, my friend Jessie, she's been posting all of these stories, she has befriended the wildlife around her. She lives, in near the woods, and the squirrels will eat right out of her hand. Birds will come down and take the peanuts out of her hand. They'll climb up on her shoulder. And it's not just one or two. Like, she has like legit befriended a whole mess of wild creatures, little tiny, cute little wild creatures.
She thinks she's Snow White.
Yeah, she's literally Snow White. It's crazy. Yeah, Jessie Ueda, she's amazing, and I keep thinking, oh, that thing's gonna start tearing off. Nope. And chipmunks too. Chipmunks, squirrels, and birds come down like right in her hand.
Well, I live
she'll
downtown.
hand them the peanut with the other. So actually, approach the bird with the other hand. Like, that's a scary thing to an animal. It's like, anyway.
I live downtown. And we have raccoons, we have rabbits, we have possums. I smelt a skunk out here once. Never did see him, but you can tell he'd been around. And squirrels by the millions. And feral cats.
Okay.
And I was telling somebody the other day, I said, I never had as much wildlife when I lived out in the country, and even in wooded areas, is what I do living in downtown.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean, I'm 1 block from the main drag. And if that ain't bad enough, I've seen people turn out their pet rabbits. You can always tell a pet rabbit from a wild rabbit.
Here's my friend Jessie. Look at this. You won't be able to hear the music, but... You believe that? That's crazy.
I trust her. A bird ought to be smarter than that, though, because giving it something that big it can choke on.
That's chipmunk there. I think that's a chipmunk.
Chipmunk or ground squirrel.
Yeah, here's one. Anyway, yeah. It's usually her stories that she lists the animals, not her regular posts. And it's nonstop. And it's not just a one-time fluke. Like, they're all the time she's posting new videos. Crazy.
Luann's telling me she loves the hat. Yeah, this is one of my 4th of July hats. I thought I might as well wear it. We got the 4th of July coming up. Brendan says she's got a squirrel in her backyard that's the size of a small cat that would make a big mess. Yeah, these make a big mess around here. They're always out there digging in my mulch. I think everybody knows how I feel about something digging in my mulch beds out there after all the money that I put into them. We're going to change all that come fall. I'm going to be doing away with the mulch because, if I can't keep people and animals out of it, it's time to change it up. Thank you, Luana.
Thank you.
Yeehaw!
Turn on the super chat lights.
There's the super chat lights. Where's our chinger?
Our what?
Our chinger.
Oh, okay. It's over here on panel 4. Did it go?
Yep.
Nice.
I was kind of sorry, chinger though.
I forgot about that. Thank you, Brenda. Brenda's a good producer of live shows. I like this.
I've got to be good at something. It's better not being good at anything. Luann wants me to dance.
She wants us to dance.
But what she really wants, though, is she wants the little cowbell. You don't want an old person to do that. It takes on a whole new meaning, Matt.
Artfully Blind with Diana says, we have tons of wildlife. Deer families visit, woodchucks, raccoons, rabbits, all types of bees and wasps.
And she's in the burbs. Wait till you live downtown. You got all that stuff in your yard. Lord. I went out one day and sitting on the patio. My patio has a roof over it. Okay. I'm sitting on the patio and I'm watching the dog out there, making sure she's doing what she's supposed to do and, getting it over with. And I hear something rustling in the bushes. And I thought, what is that? Is it feral cat? Because feral cats are so common here. You see them all the time. And it's not a smart thing for them to come around because, Scarlett's very territorial about her yard.
Mm-hmm.
She don't want nothing in it, And so I look around about that time. Here comes a raccoon up the side of the trellis thing on the side of the patio, climbs up on the patio roof out there. In the broad daylight. I mean, it's unusual to see him in broad daylight.
Trash panda.
And so I got Scarlett and brought her on in the house because I thought, hard telling what's wrong with that thing for it to be out in the broad daylight like that. And downtown, I thought about setting out a live trap and trying to catch it, but then I thought, well, if you catch it, then what you going to do with it? Because if the thing's sick, you don't even want to try to take it and set it free someplace else, turn something that's sick loose on somebody.
Yeah.
Probably take it out to Dennis's and do away with it out there, but then you'd have to dig a hole and bury it. And I thought that's more work than I wanted to go through.
Yeah. Huntsman Wildlife. He has posts all over Facebook. That's what he does. He traps invasive animals.
I ain't heard anything out of him in a while.
Oh, it's mostly business related. I did this job or I did,
Well, he stopped posting things, on YouTube or something, or on Facebook.
He stopped his woodworking endeavor.
Yeah, and he stopped posting some stuff on Facebook. That's where I was pretty much following him, and he went, I think, over to Instagram or something. And I don't pay much attention to anything over on Instagram, so yeah, I always got a kick out of him. Him and his wife setting up that farm, and they's going to be raising some livestock and stuff. I really wanted to kind of keep track of what he was doing with all that because I used to do it, And
from what it seems like he's busy doing what he's doing. He posted a little chart of his business this year versus last year. He's doing more business this year. Oh, foxes too. Yeah. There's some red foxes around my neighborhood. That one time we had that cold snap where it was like sub-zero. I saw that red fox. I'm like, oh my God, that thing's going to die. But it didn't, of course.
We used to have
another
fox
$5 super chat. Thank you, Luana.
Give her a little more little cowbell. Yeah, we had family of fox at the last place I lived. They had a burrow out there, and I wasn't none too thrilled with that because I had poultry, and you don't want a fox in your hen house.
No, or coyote. My buddy has chickens, and coyotes would come down off the mountain and just tear them up for fun.
When I lived on the farm, we had a great big huge bank
caching
barn.
Is there a problem with the stream? Rich Vibe says caching.
I don't see no problem on my end. I'm watching it over here on the other monitor, and nothing going on over here.
I don't know, Rich.
He might need to reboot or something. But great big old bank barn. It was summertime, and I had the doors open on both ends to get a cross breeze through because I had rabbits down there in the barn. And I'd sent the boy out to do some feeding out there. I said, get out there and do some feeding and water, and I'll catch up to you here in a few minutes. And I was finishing up some stuff in the house, and he hadn't been out there very long when he come running back in the house, and he says, there's a stray dog out there in the barn. That was pretty much unheard of where I lived, because in the county that I lived in, if you had a dog that got into somebody's livestock and killed anything, and they could prove that it was your dog responsible for it, you had to pay 5 times the price of the livestock.
Oh, my.
So people were pretty good about keeping their dogs at home. And I said, well, let's just go see about this. And so I go down there in the barn to see about this stray dog. It was a coyote down there in the barn.
Oh, no.
And I ran it off, and I told the boy, I said, listen, you're going to have to learn the difference between a coyote and a dog, first of all, and don't be approaching anything stray that comes in here because you don't know what it might have wrong with it. You get bit by something with rabies or something, and then it runs off, and then you're going to have a series of shots. And I said, Lord, that was a close call right there. But yeah, it smelled them rabbits down there in the barn. Thought it was just going to come through and get it a free meal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nothing to mess with.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with no coyote down there. But yeah, nobody could have been more surprised than me because I had not seen any of them. It wasn't too long after that though. Then some fellows was out along the road. There was a woods in a field back behind my farm that belonged to another farmer, and there were some cars that was out along the side of the road, and they was out looking at that big old woods back there. And so I wondered what they was up to. So I went out and asked them. I thought, the best way to find out what's going on is just go ask them. So I went and asked them, and they said there's a bunch of coyotes that's living in that woods back there. And that farmer won't let us in that woods to get them. But they killed a bunch of calves over another farm.
Why wouldn't a farmer let someone take the coyotes out? That would be beneficial.
There's so many people that don't have livestock that live out in the country, and they want to protect all the wildlife. They don't care about other people's livelihoods getting destroyed.
Got it.
But yeah, had killed a bunch of calves over at somebody's farm, and they said, so we're trying to flush them. We're trying to get them flushed out of there. If we can get them out where we can get to them, going to be a sad day for them, but they're going to have to come to an end. And I don't know if they got them or not, but I never did see them fellers come back, so I guess they must have got them. But yeah, they'll live in packs. They'll try to find them, some kind of sanctuary, and they had them a den back there, I guess, in that woods.
My.
Well, let's see. It's getting about time that we could do a giveaway. You reckon we ought to do a giveaway?
We could do a giveaway.
I got piles of stuff over here.
All righty.
Well, you want to give the spiel?
I'll give the spiel. All right.
All right.
Brenda's going to give away something to someone, and she will mail you a prize to your house or wherever you want her to mail it. We all have to do something at the same time, so make sure you're not behind time. Drag that playhead all the way to the right because we all want to do something at the exact same time. She wrote down a number on a piece of paper. If you guess the number exactly, you will win. You will be given an opportunity to put a number in the chat. Don't do it yet. Do it after Brenda says go, and only guess once. If you live outside of the United States, you can pay for shipping because that's expensive, and she's on a fixed income. Super chats help pay for the shipping, so that is a good thing for you to do if you can give a super chat or super sticker. That helps. If you are outside the United States and you don't want to pay shipping, there's another option. If you could re-gift it, so everyone can play. But if you're outside the United States and you'd rather not have the gift, you can give it to someone else that's live in the chat as well. She wrote down the number and she wrote them out she wrote down the number in words. She didn't write digits. And she went crazy on capitalization because she knows I'm a publishing professional. It drives me crazy. So as a bonus prize, you could also guess the number of capital letters she has in the words she's written down. And the words are the number that she wrote down. So what you would do is you would put in your guess / and then put in the digit for the number of capital letters to go for the second prize. You could win a bonus prize. That's pretty much what we're doing. So what's the number range they can pick from?
The number range is between 90 and 99.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
90 and 99. Could be anywhere between there. Guess once, put it down. Also do the bonus guess along with your entry. And we'll
You
see
put
who
between
wins.
90 and 90 in the chat, but it's between 90 and 99.
Oh, 90, 99.
No winner yet. I'll say hey to Mr. Dutchy Dutch, and Russ Meadows is in the chat. Good to see both of you.
Thanks for jumping in. Good timing. All right, pick a number between 90 and 99. 37, Frenzy Wicked Truth. No, that's not going to work.
That's her headache in motion.
97. There you go. Oh, 3 and 9 are. Okay, I gotcha.
3 and 9 are on the same keyboard.
Oh, Artfully Blind with Diana. You can only guess once.
No winner yet, though.
Do you want to open this up a second time?
All right, let's do it again. There's no winner. Take a look at all them numbers that's up there. And the number that I have on the piece of paper, it ain't one of them. All right? Go.
All right. Now you can guess again. You can put in your second entry, everyone. My head hurts so bad. Oh, no. Frenzy Wicked Truth.
We got a winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
It's Artfully Yours, Diana.
All right. There are 3 capital letters. Artfully Blind with Diana, you did not win the bonus prize, but congratulations on winning. Thank you all for playing. We wish we could give prizes to everyone, or Brenda wishes she can give prizes to everyone. But
okay, Diana, let's see what I've got up here. I've got choice out on the bracelets. I've got the larger one or the smaller one. These are paracord bracelets that I make, and they're the double cobras, large or small. So you got choice out on those. Or we got the little treasure chest box that I painted and decorated up, and you can put your little treasures in there, and it's painted on the inside. Nice little treasure chest. Or I've got the dragon's eye pendant that I paint. There's the dragon's eye. That's the green one on a cabochon. Or I've got a dream catcher. There's the dream catcher. It's got a little bear fetish on it. And it's got the black feathers, black poofy feathers. And see if I can get the little bear up there and you can see.
There's a little figure of a bear.
Uh-huh. It's made of stone. That's on there. And I make those. So we got the dream catcher, the box, the dragon's eye, or choice out on the bracelets.
All right. Artfully Blind with Diana, let Brenda know which one you want.
So you tell me which one you want. I'll put your name on it.
Are you in the United States, Artfully Blind with Diana, or are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is.
Okay. Hey, Carrie Mace is here. Says, hope we all are having a fantastic day. Yes, yes, yes. Hope you are too, Carrie.
I keep waking up above ground.
Dreamcatcher, please. Lovely. You got it.
Okay. And now you're going to need to get me your mailing address so I can mail it out to you. Matt, you want to drop my email there in the chat? And I'll put your name on the dream catcher.
All right. Brenda.gibson at gmail.com. Send your mailing address, Diana, to her, and she'll get that out to you.
You get it to me tonight. I'll get it in the mail to you tomorrow.
Oh, she's in Philly. That's right. Okay, good. Good.
You trying to ship her overseas?
She's closer to England than I am. By about 2.5 hours.
Carrie likes my hat. I'm decked out for the 4th of July.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeehaw!
Oh my!
There'll be a new heifer. There'll be a new heifer Haven coming out tonight. So after the show, I'll get that one up for you because everybody needs some free advice.
Did you start your video by saying howdy?
I always start my videos out with a howdy.
Did you say dear Heiferhaven?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I do the howdy. I'm channeling my inner Minnie Pearl. Many people don't know who Minnie Pearl is, but if you don't know who Minnie Pearl is, you need to do your research. She was one of the greatest entertainers ever lived. She pretty much single-handedly made the way for female comedians. She was one of the very first ones. Rich Vibe said, did I ring the big cowbell? I always ring the big cowbell in my Heifer Havens. I can ring the big cowbell on here. It irritates a lot of people. But I can do it. Everybody needs some cowbell? What we need here is some more cowbell.
Artfully Blind wants to know how far I am away from State College. About an hour and a half from State College. But that's the opposite direction from Philly. So you're probably even further away from State College, Diana. But, yeah. Whoo, doggies.
Luana says she loves her BrendaG Designs mug that she won on the show.
Awesome. I have a I Love Audio mug. This is from Paul Weber from Love Audio Production.
I think I've got mugs up on Teespring. I'm not sure. Since they shut the store down over there on Makers Media, I need to get back over on Teespring and update some stuff, I guess. I really like sending people over there to Makers Media, but...
Well, you know, some people, they shut some things down because it makes business sense. It was fun while we had it, you know.
Yeah. Life's about changing. Nothing ever stays the same.
Do you have a Teespring store of your own?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had it for quite some time. I was Teespring, and then I've got the Etsy store. And I made some things for the Etsy store, but they're not done yet. And until the mail decides to deliver the stuff that I need to finish them up. But I did paint some more tiles the other day.
Oh, and Jimbo's here. Hi, Jimbo.
Hey, Jimbo. Good to see you. But I'll show you these tiles. They need to be top coated and have the felt put on the back. But
oh yeah,
there's two of them there. And then I've got these two.
All right.
So I want to top coat them because you want to put that heat seal on them to keep people from setting something hot on them and ruining them.
Right.
And the heat sealer stuff ain't coming in the mail. It's been 5 weeks now.
No, I've been having shipping problems with some stuff too. It's tough when it goes ground.
That's aggravating, you know? Because
sometimes tractor trailers jackknife and then, you know, they gotta fix it all.
Well, sometimes they just go to sleep on the job and don't get things done.
His name, he's got upside down E's. Are you reading it like that?
I've noticed that over on Facebook that he's got that going on.
I don't even know how to type that character in. That's weird.
See, now that just confuses people like me. I'm dyslexic to begin with. It's hard enough for me to imagine what it's supposed to look like when it's supposed to look like that.
Yeah, someone says I gotta go air. I know. I try and order things air.
Some things they won't ship air.
Well, sometimes you don't have control over how it arrives.
Yeah. Some things they will not ship air. You know, paint and liquids and that sort of thing have to go ground.
I've got the Apple products figured out because it goes from Shenzhen, China to Hong Kong, then clears customs, then goes to Tennessee, then goes to Pennsylvania, and then goes to my house. Pennsylvania Distribution Center.
Pennsylvania Distribution Center, Anchorage, Alaska.
Well, FedEx, everything goes to Tennessee. Like if you mail a FedEx to your next door neighbor, it goes to Tennessee and then goes to your next door neighbor. It's crazy. And that is the most efficient way to do it. It doesn't sound logical, but it is.
It was some stuff I was trying to return a few years ago, and there was a big question mark on whether it got where it was supposed to go or not, because the company that I was trying to return it to was saying that they didn't get it. And so I called FedEx, and was asking them, okay, can you explain to me what happened to this? Here's the tracking number, and nobody seems to be able to answer me. And the lady I was talking to says, well, I am not allowed to tell you exactly where it went, but I can tell you that they do have it. I thought, well, what is the big secret here?
Exactly.
I mean, are they afraid that people are going to come and rob the place that all the returns go to? Seriously? I mean, if I'm returning it, it's because it's a piece of junk to begin with. So I don't really think that I'm going to try to break the door down, get a bunch of junk.
There's been a lot of news articles about how it gets more economical to destroy inventory because these companies pay shelf space to warehouse their goods in these distribution centers at Amazon too. And or all distribute, doesn't matter what company you're and then they say, put it in the grinder, and they get the big industrial shredder and they throw refrigerators in there. It just destroys everything. I'm putting laptops, perfectly good stuff. It's just it's a model too old, or it's not selling. Yeah.
Oh, there's people that buy pallets from Amazon and different places, and they brag about all the stuff.
The returns, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just merch that never went off the shelves to begin with. But yeah, people buy those pallets of Amazon all the time.
I'm like, I wouldn't buy them, because if I return it, it's because it wasn't working in the first place, or it was a piece of junk. So
if someone says, oh, it's not the right shade of yellow, or something, it's perfectly fine. Or they open the box and they're like, I changed my mind. I don't want it.
My luck, I'd get the pallet back with all the junk that I'd returned to them.
Well, the hope is a minority of items on that pallet you'll sell for a good price.
Yeah.
And then other things you'll just toss. And then ideally, you'll sell it for more than what you paid for it. And almost always you do. But you got to take pictures and make the entries and pay to list it. If you're on eBay, you pay a 50-cent listing fee or whatever it is. So it's not a hobby, like it's a business. So if you're in that business, yeah,
I've watched a lot of channels there on YouTube where people go to the thrift stores and the Goodwills and all that, and they gather up all these things, and they show where they paid $5 for it and they're selling it for 50. And all that. But I'm thinking, okay, so you've had to warehouse it. You've had to take pictures of it. You've had to spend your time listing it. How long did it sit there before it sold? And how much did you have to pay commission and listing fees and postage and all that, Because I used to sell on eBay and I gave it up because it just it wasn't profitable anymore.
Yeah, it gets tough. Well, the big corporations started selling on eBay. And that was tough.
And unless you're selling high dollar items,
And then the affiliate, or what do they call it, where you drop ship it, and then only the big drop shippers they got the best margins, and then they were squeezing everyone. Everyone was squeezing the little guy in every direction. The drop shippers and the big corporations direct selling, and it just became a different. It used to be the auction place, eBay, the auction place. Now it's the buy it now. Corporate place.
Yeah.
But I used to have an account too. I wired $300 to China, and I had to go to an intermediary country, and there was a weird setting that up with the bank, like forward it here to this number, and then with the re-forwarding instructions are there, and they these glow-in-the-dark keyboards, these glowing keyboards. They put it on a boat, and it came to me, and I relisted them. And the first couple I sold at a major profit. The middle handful was break even, and the last ones I sold at a loss. All said and done, I was about break even with this whole thing, and I was like, oh, never again. It's just too tough.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was selling on eBay, I had like a whole room that was dedicated to how having to store this stuff and having to keep track of it. And if you had to keep relisting it, because your listing ran out, then you're spending more and more and more and more and more and more money all the time to keep listing it. And by the time it's sold, you're in the hole. And so, yeah, I pulled the plug on that little endeavor. I'm spending way too much time on this. I want to be able to recoup the money not only for the item and the expenses that I'm out on it, but for my time as well. Because at that point, it's a business when you're putting a whole lot of time into it.
Yeah, I've done a lot of interesting things that didn't pan out. That's the thing, you got to try stuff. Like, how are you supposed to know until you try? Like, I was under the mistaken assumption that if you buy computer parts and build a computer, the computer will be more valuable than the sum of the parts. Turns out the opposite's true. What you do is you buy a pre-built computer and you strip it down for parts. That's the way you make money. So I was like, I bought the motherboard, I bought the case, I bought the hard drive, the RAM. I cobbled together this PC and I put it on and nobody wanted it. I was like, oh, come on.
Well, I have a whole bunch of computers and various technological pieces of equipment that I need to tear down for the metals that's on the boards. So probably this winter, when I'm housebound, I'll drag all that stuff out and go to breaking it down, pulling the boards and stuff out of it. And I don't know that I'm going to reclaim the metals, but I can sell those parts to other people that do reclaim the metal.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you collect this stuff over time. Anything's got a circuit board in it. I pitch it in a box and.
Well, there's precious metals in circuit boards. Now they're a pain to get out, and you usually have to inhale lethal chemicals to get them. But
that's why I say I'm probably not going to be the one that reclaims all that stuff. But I know people that do. And, for a little bit of my time taking the stuff apart, it's, either stuff that's wore out here or stuff that other people just give it to me because they know I kind of, collect all that stuff to tear down. And so, might make a few bucks here and a few bucks there off of something like that.
Diana wants to know if you live in Indiana.
Yes, ma'am. I do live in Indiana.
She does. A couple states away from me.
The Hoosier state. Where we say, who's your dad and who's your mom? I'm originally from Ohio, moved over here almost 9 years ago, right across state line. You would have thought I was moving to a whole nother planet. I never realized what a big deal it would be just to move across the state line.
Yeah, different DMV, different everything, different
insurance. Governor. I mean, they tried to jack my insurance through the roof just because I moved across the state line, and they jacked me around to the last day. The company that I was dealing with, and I told the fella at the insurance agency, I said, I don't understand, all the cloak and dagger here. I mean, if you can't give me the price that I need on this, you need to just say so and stop playing with me. Because you're not the only insurance company on the planet. I can very easily get on the computer or on the phone, and I can get quotes from a whole bunch of them. I'm trying to stay with the same insurance company because this is what I've had for years, and I've liked it. But if you're going to play games with me and horse me around like this, we're going to part company, and I'm not going to do it friendly.
There's no reason to be loyal to an insurance company. It's all
Yeah, but I didn't understand. I still don't understand, why he was jacking me around. I think he was trying to get me down to the last minute. So I said, well, okay, I'll just pay whatever it is you want because I'm down to the wire. Well, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night.
Homie, don't play that.
But yeah, I felt like I had moved to some far off foreign country by the time they got done with me here with all the different rules and regulations and stuff that was going on. I still get amazed from time to time at different rules that they've got for Indiana than what they've got from Ohio.
Well,
we have rolled up on the 8 o'clock hour, haven't we not?
Yes, we have. Been going for an hour.
I did not even get to any of the fun facts that I had for Independence Day. Can I give you one before we go?
Sure.
Okay, I have fun facts for Independence Day here. And the first one that's on the list says July the 4th, 1776 is the day that we celebrate Independence Day, even though it wasn't the day the Continental Congress decided to declare independence. They did that on July the 2nd of 1776.
I thought that's when George signed the doc.
The day we started the American Revolution that happened back in April of 1775. The date on which the Declaration was delivered to Great Britain that didn't happen until November of 1776, or the date it was signed, that was August the 2nd of 1776.
Okay. There you go, folks.
So 4th of July might be the day we celebrate, but that doesn't make it really Independence Day. So,
have you ever read the Declaration of Independence?
Yes.
It's basically like, you're a horrible king and you've done all these atrocities. Shame on you. Like it is like raking the king over the coals of England. It's like, you can't be a moral person. Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. I'll give you another one here real quick before we go. Let's see. The 56 signers of the Declaration did not sign it on July the 4th of 1776, nor were they in the same room at the same time on the original Independence Day. The official signing event took place on August the 2nd of 1776 when 50 men signed the document. Several months passed before all 56 signatures were in place. The last man to sign was Thomas McKean. He did so in January of 1777, 7 months after the document was approved by Congress. Robert R. Livingston, one of the 5 original drafters, never signed it at all since he believed it was too soon to declare independence.
That's crazy. I do know for a long time, the document, the Declaration of Independence, was on a wall right next to a window, and the sun would cascade through the window and smack. And that's why it started to fade so much. It was just brutal sunlight just tacked up on a wall or wherever it was. And like, you got to put that in the shade.
Yeah, that's just like any artwork. You don't put any valuable type of artwork up where the sun's going to be glaring on it.
For the longest time, it was in some barn somewhere. Like it was rolled up in a leather case, strewn about in someone's property. Like they kind of almost lost track of it. They finally found it and they're going to go, oh, this is an important document. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting facts about that. So.
Yeah. A lot of people don't even realize what all kinds of important paperwork and things that they have that may have come through the estate of their predecessors, their ancestors, because, they just get this big old box of paperwork and stuff handed to them and say, here, you might want to hang on to this. And so they take it and they shove it up on the top shelf of a closet someplace and never go through it and don't realize what they have. That's like I was telling you last week about that lady that was having the folks come and go through her house for that TV show. Where Legacy, I think it's called, or something Legacy, and they go through your house to help you get downsized to move, and you tell them about important things or things that are important to you that you would like for them to try to find while they're going through stuff. And so she had told them that she had a bunch of her dad's stuff from where he passed away, and she named off a few things. Well, when they went to going through all this, they found the things she's talking about. They also found an original picture of Reggie Jackson, signed, autographed, authentic.
Wow.
And she didn't even know she had it.
That's crazy.
So, if you got boxes of paperwork from deceased relatives and stuff sitting on a shelf up in your closet someplace, you might want to go through them and check and see what's in there.
Yeah, you never know.
Might be something important in there. Well, with that being said, I think we're going to call it an evening here. I hope everybody has a wonderful 4th of July and lots of fireworks. And if you enjoy them, and if you don't enjoy them, I hope that you protect your pets and try to comfort them a little bit, because they don't particularly care for all that noise and banging around. And we'll be back here, Lord willing, next week. The creeks don't rise. There'll Heifer Haven coming out later tonight. Matt will have his All Things YouTube show on Monday evening, 7 p.m.
I'm not streaming on the 5th.
Oh.
So next show will be the 12th.
Okay. Well, Matt will not have a show next Monday night.
It's too close. I'm going out of town on Monday the 5th to celebrate. As
far as I know, Russell over at Simply Wooden Creations will be having a show Saturday night, as far as I know. And I will try to be on his panel if the electricity holds out. We don't have no blackouts this week like we did last. So with all that being said, we're going to say goodnight to you. And hey, stay safe out there.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Have fun. Stay safe.